Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Triple H has been making moves to make SmackDown entertaining for the past few weeks. However, the quality of the show has gone down lately, and it needs a fresh story to reignite fans' interest. Therefore, to create a shock factor, the game might be planning to break up a popular WWE faction on the Blue brand amid rising tensions among them. Legado del Fantasma might implode in the coming weeks. For the past few months, Santos Escobar has been lambasting and disrespecting Berto, Humberto, and Angel Garza for their repeated losses. Things took an interesting turn on SmackDown last week when Berto shoved Escobar and walked away when the latter once again tried to reprimand him after his loss. It was a signal that cracks had started to form within the faction. Moreover, Angel Garza has also shown signs of frustration with how Santos Escobar has been treating them for the last few months. If Berto decides to walk away, Garza is likely to follow suit. There is a strong possibility that Triple H may have decided to break up Legado del Fantasma. Such an angle could add a new layer to the faction's history in WWE. Besides, Garza and Berto are extremely talented stars, and detaching themselves from Legado del Fantasma would open new doors for them on SmackDown. This way, WWE could also introduce a new story for Santos Escobar by likely pushing him on a singles route. While it is an intriguing possibility, only time will tell what the Triple H-led creative has planned for this growing story on SmackDown. If Los Garza, Berto, and Angel decides to part ways with Santos Escobar, it would put a huge question mark on their future. While they are an incredible tag team, they have yet to do anything significant on the roster. As a result, Triple H might once again put them in a faction, but in a new one. The game could decide to make a babyface group with Humberto, Angel Garza, and Andrade. The latter has been spotted having various confrontations with the two Legado del Fantasma stars over the past few months. It was a subtle hint that Andrade was interested in working with both stars. Additionally, the former United States Champion's words somewhere became the catalyst for Berto's outburst against Santos Escobar last week. Therefore, there is a huge possibility that Triple H could pair Andrade with Los Garza. It could be a solid trio on SmackDown and would be enough to carry the mid-card division. Moreover, such a decision could also be a new beginning for Andrade, who seems to have been lost in the shuffle on the Blue brand for a while. Well, it eventually depends on what Triple H has in store. The landscape of WWE SmackDown could be on the verge of a seismic shift, and all roads appear to lead to a controversial decision from WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H. After months of internal tension, subtle miscommunication, and public signs of frustration, speculation is heating up that one of the brand's most dominant and beloved factions might be headed toward an explosive breakup. The whispers backstage are growing louder. The storyline clues are becoming harder to ignore, and fans are bracing themselves for the end of an era. For Triple H, whose creative leadership has brought a surge of renewed credibility and fan investment into WWE's weekly programming, the decision to split up a faction is never taken lightly. Yet, if recent events on SmackDown are any indication, he may be left with no choice. Whether it's because of escalating internal conflict, underwhelming results, or a long-term storyline pivot, the end could be near for a faction that helped define the current SmackDown era. Cracks in the armor. What went wrong? In the world of WWE, every alliance has a lifespan. Even the most tightly knit factions eventually face the challenge of ego, ambition, and the natural desire for individual glory. While some groups evolve or adapt, others implode. Over the past several months, this particular SmackDown faction, once hailed as a modern-day dynasty, has been showing unmistakable signs of wear. It began subtly. In six-man tag matches, key members were seen tagging themselves in during crucial moments, a clear deviation from their usually seamless teamwork. Post-match arguments backstage were aired on social media, either intentionally or as part of a layered kayfabe narrative. Leadership struggles, jealous glances during promo segments, and a visible lack of unity became more common. Fans noticed, Analysts took note. WWE insiders began to float the possibility. Was this group slowly tearing itself apart from the inside? Triple H, known for his long-term storytelling philosophy, may have been laying the groundwork for months. Unlike the sudden and often jarring faction breakups of past eras, this storyline appears to be a slow burn. Each episode of SmackDown has dropped subtle breadcrumbs. A mistag here, a backstage disagreement there, each one pushing the narrative forward. It's a classic wrestling trope executed with modern nuance, and fans are watching every step closely. The faction in question. A legacy at risk. While WWE has not officially confirmed which faction is under scrutiny, fans have already begun to speculate. Could it be the LWO, whose recent struggles against newer tag teams have caused internal finger-pointing? Or is it the Brawling Brutes, a fan-favorite trio that has lacked consistency ever since their explosive debut cooled off? But the most likely and most shocking possibility is the Bloodline. Since their inception, the Bloodline has been WWE's most dominant force. Led by Roman Reigns and fortified by Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and most recently, the looming presence of Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. The faction has been the beating heart of WWE's tribal warfare storyline. Yet the departure of Jey Uso, the injury to Roman Reigns, and the increasing volatility of Solo Sikoa's leadership have created a new dynamic, one that is clearly unsustainable. On recent SmackDown episodes, tensions between Solo and Jimmy have escalated. Tama Tonga, introduced as an enforcer, appears to be playing both sides. Jacob Fatu's potential debut is looming like a thundercloud, adding another layer of uncertainty. And with Roman Reigns absent for the time being, the group lacks the central figure who once kept them all in line. If Triple H is indeed planning to split up a faction, doing so with the Bloodline would be bold, perhaps even controversial. But it would also be fitting. As WWE transitions into a post-Roman era, this may be the perfect moment to end the Bloodline's reign and usher in new rivalries, betrayals, and characters. Triple H's vision and the evolution of storytelling. For all the speculation, it's important to examine why Triple H would consider such a move. Since taking over creative responsibilities, the game has shown a clear preference for emotionally charged, character-driven storytelling. Rather than leaning heavily on shock value or abrupt swerves, he's aimed to craft arcs that unfold over weeks or even months, rewarding loyal viewers with payoff moments steeped in history and logic. Breaking up a major faction fits this mold perfectly, especially if the groundwork has been properly laid. In fact, this slow-burning storyline could culminate in a betrayal segment so powerful it rivals Seth Rollins' chair shot to Roman Reigns in 2014 or Batista's thumbs-down moment against Evolution. There's also the business side to consider. Splitting a faction opens up multiple single storylines, feuds, and matches, especially heading into a major event like SummerSlam. It allows underutilized members to shine, previously stale rivalries to feel fresh again, and the entire roster to benefit from the ripple effects. For Triple H, it's about creating chapters. If the faction era was one, then the post-faction fallout is another. Fan reaction and the risk of backlash. Of course, a decision this monumental doesn't come without risk. WWE fans are passionate, loyal, and fiercely protective of their favorite acts. Breaking up a beloved faction, especially one with a strong merchandise presence and organic crowd connection, could provoke backlash. Just ask anyone who watched the Shield's demise, or the breakups of DIY, The Hurt Business, or Undisputed ERA. Yet Triple H has shown he's willing to take those risks when they serve the greater narrative. The challenge is to execute the breakup in a way that satisfies fans emotionally, while offering a path forward that makes sense for everyone involved. Done right, this can be a launching pad for multiple stars. Done wrong, it could leave a void that's hard to fill. Interestingly, the WWE Universe has already begun reacting on social media. Hashtags like #SaveTheFaction and #Bloodline a Civil War have trended in recent weeks. Fan theories abound, fantasy booking runs wild, and Reddit threads are dissecting each SmackDown segment with forensic intensity. Some fans argue it's time for a shakeup, while others beg WWE to preserve the legacy just a little longer. The split could divide fans just as it divides the faction itself. The future: who rises, who falls? Assuming Triple H does go through with the breakup, the next question is, what happens next? For a group like the Bloodline, the ripple effects would be immense. Solo Sikoa could be pushed as a destructive heel, obsessed with proving he's the rightful heir to Roman's throne. Jimmy Uso might find redemption as a babyface, winning over fans with his loyalty and vulnerability. Tama Tonga could emerge as a wild card, shifting between alliances. And a returning Roman Reigns? He could find himself forced to pick sides, or better yet, stand against them all in a final battle to reclaim what was once his. Alternatively, the faction could fracture into subgroups. We could see Solo and Tama align while Jimmy leads his own resistance. The idea of Jacob Fatu debuting and immediately targeting Solo would create a powerful first impression. Meanwhile, Paul Heyman's allegiance would become a tantalizing subplot. Who does the wise man support when the family splinters? Even beyond the Bloodline, a faction split opens doors for other storylines. Babyface contenders could get fresh opponents. Titles could change hands. Wrestlers stuck in limbo might find new direction. It's a creative renaissance waiting to happen. What to watch for on SmackDown? If you're watching closely, the signs are already there. Pay attention to facial expressions during promos, offhand comments in backstage segments, and the outcomes of matches. Is someone refusing to help their teammate? Is there a promo cut short by a glare or a shove? These moments, easily dismissed as minor, could be key pieces of a much larger puzzle. The next few episodes of SmackDown will be critical. If a segment is teased involving an urgent decision from Triple H, or a closed-door meeting between top talent, consider that the fuse has been lit. A sudden attack, a walkout, or even a promo hinting at doing things on my own now could signal the beginning of the end. Keep an eye on social media too. WWE has been leveraging Instagram, Twitter/X, and even TikTok to drop character clues. Members unfollowing each other, posting cryptic messages, or sharing old match photos can often hint at what's coming next. Conclusion: breaking the chain to forge new paths. Raking up a major WWE faction is always a gamble. It risks alienating fans, disrupting storylines, and changing the chemistry of the show. But it also creates opportunity. For Triple H, it's a chance to assert his creative authority, take risks, and drive the evolution of WWE storytelling into bold new territory. The tension on WWE SmackDown is real. The storyline threads are converging, and the most popular faction on the blue brand may not survive the storm. Whether it happens next week, next month, or at a major premium live event, the writing is on the wall. All that's left is for Triple H to make the call, and for the WWE Universe to witness the fallout. The end of an era is coming, but in its ashes, new legends may rise. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.